And good morning, I'm Keenan Willard in for Evan Anderson. This morning we start with breaking news overnight. The Texas Senate has approved the redrawn GOP congressional map. Now that plan was approved 18-11 along party lines just after 12:30 a.m. today. Democrat Senator Carol Alvarado from the Houston area had planned to filibuster the map, but a rare procedural motion by Senate Republicans ended the debate and moved the chamber straight on to the final vote. Now, the new congressional map heads to Governor Greg Abbott next, and once in place, it could flip as many as 5 Democrat seats to Republican in Texas. We'll continue to monitor this breaking news all morning long as more reactions come in. We'll provide updates on air and online at NBCDFW.com. Now let's get a first check on your forecast here from weather expert Adrian Vaughn. Adrian, now family and friends of a man killed during an apparent carjacking are speaking out this morning. Dallas police say the shooting happened in northwest Dallas while the victim was on a FaceTime call. Our Candace Sweat has the story. Ooh, that season's almost here, and your Dallas Cowboys finished the preseason with an impressive 31-13 win against the Atlanta Falcons. Our sports director, Newy Scruggs, has a recap of the exciting win. And a Texas Rangers legend is being honored this weekend in Arlington. There it is. Talk about a dude who could absolutely crush the ball. The club unveiled a full-size bronze statue you can see there of Adrian Beltre in a dedication ceremony outside Globe Life Field yesterday. It weighs nearly 1,200 pounds and was created by Granbury artist Mike Tabor.
I'm just a kid from the Dominican Republic. Oh, I'm going to get emotional now. That loved the game of baseball. And the game of baseball became my life. I don't know if I'm worthy of this. One thing for sure, I know that I'm really grateful.
And tonight, the team will continue to celebrate Adrian Beltre. There will be another pregame ceremony at 5:50 p.m. before that game starts at 6. Many of the fans in attendance will get a coin you can see there dedicated to the Hall of Famer. All you have to do is purchase tickets on the team's theme night website. And all month, we are helping to clear the shelters. NBC5 and Telemundo first partnered with Irving Animal Services in 2014 for the very first Clear the Shelters. Our Noel Walker takes us back to where it all began. We were just saying there's probably going to be a line to adopt Cluck Norris there today. Irving Animal Shelters Clear the Shelters event starts later this morning, and all adoptions are going to be free. Some news out of the North Texas music scene. Big X the Plug is out on bond after his arrest Thursday night in Pleasant Grove. As you can see here, NBC5 was there when he walked out of jail. The Dallas rapper, whose real name is Xavier Landon, faces 2 misdemeanors. And as our Meredith Yeomans explains, the artist just dropped his brand new album. Great coverage from Meredith there. In our top stories this morning, dramatic video of the moment an explosion hit a lubrication plant in Louisiana on Friday. Now, this video was obtained by NBC affiliate WDSU in New Orleans. The blast rocked the small town of Roseland, about an hour northeast of Baton Rouge. There are now mandatory evacuations in place within a mile radius of Smitty's supply plant. There so far have been no reported injuries. A cause is still under investigation. And this morning, 5 passengers are dead and many more are injured after a tour bus crash you can see there in upstate New York on Friday. Police say the driver became distracted, lost control, and overcorrected before the bus went into a ditch. 54 people in total were on board. The passengers ranged in age from 1-year-old to 74. Multiple people were ejected from the bus during that crash. All 5 people who died were adults. So far, no charges have been filed at last check. Authorities say the bus was returning to New York City from Niagara Falls. The NTSB is now investigating. And Lyle Menendez will stay in prison. California parole officials have denied his bid for release. Menendez and his brother Eric were convicted in the 1989 shotgun killings of their parents. Eric was denied parole yesterday. The brothers will be eligible to seek parole again in 3 years. Scary scene there. We first showed you this video 10 days ago when Mesquite police arrested a man for allegedly driving impaired and crashing into this home. Just days after that, another home was hit by an impaired driver in the city. Ahead of Labor Day weekend, Mesquite police are now kicking off what they're calling Saturation Saturday with Mothers Against Drunk Driving and the Mesquite Police Association. They're offering free rides to people who had too much to drink after a night out.
We came up with this idea, just a quick, coaster that the bars or the restaurants can hand out to to their patrons, and if they've had too much to drink, they can simply just scan it and they'll take them right to a Lyft app.
A potentially life-saving effort there. Saturation Saturday starts today. And expect a lot of construction this weekend across DFW. Samantha Davies has everything you need to know before heading out of the house. As we go now to weather expert Adrian Vaughn. Adrian, we've gotten off so easy with the heat this summer, but ultimately Texas is going to text us in August, right?
Yeah, we've had 5 100-degree days so far this summer, which I don't think there's too many complaints about that. But it is going to be hot this weekend. Numbers back into the upper 90s.
Good morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on NBC5. I'm Keenan Willard in for Evan Anderson. Let's get a first check on your forecast right away here from weather expert Adrian Vaughn. Adrian, now we begin with breaking news out of Tarrant County. The Texas game wardens in Tarrant Regional Water District will continue their search for a missing man this morning. Officials received a call yesterday about children in the water on Eagle Mountain Lake. A boater rescued the kids, but the search then began for their dad. The missing man was seen with the kids earlier on a small watercraft. The search will resume this morning. And now to the big story out of Austin. After publicly pushing the idea, President Trump is praising Texas Republicans for passing the redrawn congressional maps in his favor. Writing on Truth Social, he said, a huge victory for our America First agenda. He's also throwing his support behind Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick for making it happen. NBC5's Katie Blakey reports on what comes next. Now, yesterday, Governor Abbott and state leaders handed out checks to residents of the Hill Country who lost everything in the July 4th floods. That money was from the George Strait benefit concert last month. More than 135 people died after the floodwaters swept through the region. Strait is a native Texan, and his concert raised over $6 million.
Altogether, I believe there's far more than enough money to fully rebuild every home that was damaged in any way by the flood.
Now, there's also a community fund that was set up to help victims. The governor says any additional money will go to mental health and helping businesses rebuild. And this week, the Texas House and Senate discussed and passed new standards for youth camps in response to that flooding. House Bill 1 outlines new safety guidelines, which also include other natural disasters. The similar Senate Bill 1 takes the guidelines even further by requiring updated evacuation plans and specific licensing for camps. For the first time, the families of the 27 girls who died at Camp Mystic in Kerr County spoke in support of those bills. The camp safety bill is expected to head to Governor Abbott's desk in the coming days. The city of Dallas says it's entering key preparation stages for events surrounding the FIFA World Cup. City officials say their priorities right now are finalizing operations plans, like with security and transportation. They're also fine-tuning hospitality plans, like hotels and other spaces for the tens of thousands of people expected to come to North Texas. It's one of our favorite things we do here at NBC DFW. Lots of folks across North Texas showed up to animal shelters yesterday to find their perfect new furry family member. 70 North Texas shelters are partnering with NBC Universal and Telemundo 39 for our Clear the Shelters campaign. Our NBC5's Thara Rahman spent the day at Irving Animal Services, where this all began over 10 years ago. And the PGA of America came with some bold predictions when they made their move from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida to Frisco exactly 3 years ago today. From promised jobs to billions in economic impact, our NBC5's Laura Harris spoke with their newest CEO, a PGA professional for 3 decades, about their scorecard to this point and their future plans for North Texas. Great story there from Laura Harris, but it did get me thinking about golf weather. So we're going to turn now to our weather expert, Adrian Vaughn. Adrian, you might not want to stay on the course at 97 degrees this afternoon.
Early tee times, I think, today.